Why do you end the day completely exhausted from nonstop tasks, yet secretly feel like you've achieved absolutely nothing? You are not lazy. You are a victim of a biological illusion. Welcome to the productivity trap. Today, we are breaking down why your brain chemically rewards you for being busy, not productive. But how does your own mind trick you into this endless cycle? It comes down to a powerful neurotransmitter called dopamine. When you check off a tiny, meaningless task, like replying to a one-line email or organizing your digital folders, your brain releases a quick dopamine hit. It feels incredible. It feels exactly like progress. But it is actually just motion. Your brain cannot organically tell the difference between doing something important and doing something easy. It simply craves the chemical completion rush. Let's see what happens inside your head when you choose the easy path. This cognitive trap is known as action bias. In moments of uncertainty, our primal instinct is to do something, anything at all, rather than sit still and plan strategically. We are biologically hardwired to believe that sheer movement equals survival. But there is a very dangerous side effect to this evolutionary glitch, and I will show it to you in just a few seconds. When you prioritize clearing your cluttered desk over writing that critical career-defining report, you are choosing low-friction tasks. These small tasks give you immediate, comforting feedback. Real, needle-moving work, like deep learning or long-term strategy, is highly ambiguous. It doesn't offer instant gratification, and your brain absolutely hates ambiguity. So it forcefully pushes you toward shallow work. You end up spending 8 hours running at full speed on a treadmill, only to step off exactly where you started. You are feeding the addiction without moving the needle.
Think about your inbox. Every time a new email pings, your brain perceives it as an immediate, urgent threat that must be neutralized. This is called the urgency effect. We are psychologically drawn to time-sensitive tasks over less urgent, high-impact tasks, even when the urgent tasks are objectively useless. But why does ignoring a simple notification feel physically uncomfortable? I will explain the neurological glitch behind this in a moment. When you clear an email, you get a microdose of dopamine, but deep work, like writing a book or coding a new app, doesn't give you that immediate hit. It demands sustained cognitive effort with delayed gratification. Your brain naturally conserves energy, so it begs you to abandon the difficult project and return to the comfortable, rewarding cycle of answering messages and checking boxes.
This biological vulnerability is exactly what modern work culture weaponizes. We have created environments that measure productivity by visible activity rather than actual output. If you are typing fast, attending back-to-back meetings, and responding instantly, you look incredibly productive. This is known as performative work. Are you actually moving closer to your goals, or are you just putting on a show for your own brain? To break this cycle, you must start starving your brain of these cheap dopamine hits. You have to intentionally design friction into your busy work. Close the inbox, hide the phone, and force yourself into a state of temporary boredom. Your mind will panic at first. It will crave the easy checklist. But surviving that initial friction is the only way to transition from fake motion into genuine, meaningful momentum. Let's look at another cognitive glitch making you obsessed with being busy: the Zeigarnik Effect. Back in the 1920s, psychologists discovered that human brains remember uncompleted or interrupted tasks far better than completed ones. Every unread email, every pending message, and every minor chore you haven't finished acts like an open loop in your mental software. But how does your brain try to fix this overwhelming internal noise? It forces you to close the easiest loops first. You instinctively avoid the massive, complex project because it cannot be finished immediately. Instead, you frantically answer 10 useless emails just to silence the psychological anxiety of having pending items. You are clearing your mental RAM by performing trivial actions, confusing anxiety relief with actual productivity.
So how do you rewire your biological drive and escape the productivity trap? You have to deliberately separate motion from execution. Start by applying the friction rule to your shallow tasks. If you make checking your inbox slightly harder, like logging out every single time, you interrupt the automatic dopamine loop. There is one specific scheduling technique that forces your brain to prioritize difficult work, and I will show it to you right now. It is called reverse engineering your morning. Instead of starting your day by clearing minor tasks to build momentum, you must tackle the most ambiguous, high-friction project first before your brain's cognitive energy is depleted. Let the small, trivial items pile up until the afternoon. When you master this, you stop being just busy and you finally become truly productive. You are not lazy. You have simply been hijacked by an evolutionary glitch that rewards cheap movement over deep progress. True productivity is often silent, uncomfortable, and visibly boring. It does not look like a frantic blur of open tabs and instant replies. It looks like stillness. It looks like focus. By recognizing the dopamine trap of shallow work, you can finally reclaim your time and build genuine value. So let me ask you, which meaningless task do you use the most to avoid doing your real work? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown valuable, hit the like button, share it with that friend who is always too busy, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss a chance to outsmart your own brain.